Going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. Look like Dylan Gabriel has responded back to Kevin Stefanski and Myles Garrett after their comments after his poor performance. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Cleveland. Let's get it. Let's go.
Like my man Junior. For real? Somebody call me Junior, too. When I pulled up, I thought you was Junior. I got put him on first.
Stop right here for me.
Came back saying
Unfortunately, Cleveland Brown fans, you did not win the game today. Today might have been one of the worst games y'all have lost in a mighty long time. Everybody and their mama is extremely frustrated with Kevin Stefanski and the offense. The offense cannot get going. And I mean, at this point, Dylan Gabriel has proven he do not need to be a starter in the National Football League. He missed a ton of throws, bro.
First and second down, so things, we got to learn from. I think here and there's times where, I definitely need to be better in creating completions. And then us, working together to find that. We got to create chunks, explosives. That's sometimes just runners, right? Yards after catch, or maybe that's down the field, but that's also just doing the easy things at a high level. And I think at times, we're not doing that. And that starts with me. But yeah, we got to find answers. Yeah, I think it's a balance, right? I think at a certain point in the game, we're trying to, catch up in a sense and be more aggressive. So we're a little different in that end. But I think early on we tried to get that going, and of course take our chances when we can in the pass game.
Kevin said it's a long list of things you guys got to do better. So you would raise that list start.
I think sustaining drives. I think there's a lot of positives in certain areas, and then whether it's a negative play or a penalty here and there that sets us back in the series where you're going to get in third and long, and they've been really good at that in third and long. So at that point, it's a lot tougher to sustain drives. But when we are ahead and being really good on first and second, then all of a sudden, on thirds you're converting, you're building momentum and being able to sustain drives where you're in the plus territory. And then I think when you're in the plus territory, you can't score field. You got to go score touchdowns and not field goals. So I think there's a lot for sure to work on, and we're gonna have to just take it one by one and all get better. But like I said, it all starts with me as well.
So how do you maintain a steady pocket presence when you're under pressure?
Yeah, I think there's got to be comfort within a pocket, and I think anytime you can operate in that with pressure, there's obviously less guys in coverage, so you want to take advantage of that, but also being able to use and extend plays as well. But I think there's a combination of the two that you got to balance to where you're not moving unnecessarily and creating your own pressure, but then also being comfortable in the pocket when there's games and stunts going on. I think every atmosphere is unique to itself, but as a competitor, you want to continue to make it process oriented, and there's a job to do and do it at a high level. And you got to play good on the road. Like, we play home games, we play away games. So either way, you got to play good football.
When you're struggling as a whole, how difficult is when you have big drops, big moments? How do you deal with that?
It's all things we're all going to learn from. I think it's hard to just say there's drops. There's a lot of ways that I can be better to help them, right? And times that we can, work through those certain things. But within plays, it ain't going to be perfect. It never will. But in the moments that we're in, it's a lot more crucial to sustain drives and get catches to keep going. But like I said, I don't want to get it misconstrued. That all starts with me as well.
When you talk about the negative plays, penalties in particular, how do you clean those up? Because it seems like the last couple of weeks, especially, that you you have a play and then just this ill-timed penalty that kind of negates any sort of positive momentum you guys.
It's tough. That's part of playing the game as well. Playing penalties. I think limiting, pre-snap penalties is huge. But playing penalties are going to happen. It happened on both sides. So at times we benefited from it as well. But you want to, of course, limit those for sure.
Two more.
Being young for you guys is not any kind of excuse. But when you look out there and you see all these guys playing their, first game, second game, third game, do you feel like as a group, as an offense, that you guys are really gonna kind of grow up together, but you sort of have to grow up together pretty fast this season?
I try not to look big picture and just be present. I think other people in our building have the ability to look at that, but for me, it's like, how can we be good right now and be the best version of ourselves? We obviously know that there are younger guys that are hungry and have are gaining experience at the moment. But like I said, there's got to be growth day to day, week to week, and it's got to translate to a better outcome.
You talked about not settling for field goals. So how do you be better in general?
Yeah.
Be better inside the red zone, and how tough is it when you don't score a touchdown?
Yeah, it's tough. It gets tighter and coverage is tighter. There's a lot more pressure as well. So I think in that case, you got to be on your P's and Q's and being able to show eyes quicker, getting the ball out. But also, like I keep going back to creating completions. And when you do that, you don't go broke taking a profit and you continue to move forward. That, 3-yard gain and, the plus 10 is huge, or even a 4-yard gain. So just being able to help yourself there, but don't want to score touchdowns in the red area.
Real quick, you guys are 1-5 now. What is the mindset? Where do you go from here? How do you feel at 1-5? What can you guys do?
Well, the good part is there's a lot to learn from and grow from. So I think we'll have a lot of, things to look at and address. So that's, positive. But like I said, it has to go back to action and getting work done so that there is a different outcome, because nobody in the building likes this feeling, and we definitely don't want to keep that wrong. So thank you.